Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, this movie came out. Will it be as good as the original Ant-Man and maybe something we needed after Avengers Infinity War? Or will this make the whole Mr. Stark I don't feel so good situation even worse? Let's find out. So, let's talk about the story. The plot is very simple. Hank Pym and Hope are running away from the government because, let's just say, there was a small movie called Captain America Civil War. You probably never heard of it, but it featured Ant-Man, and basically, Ant-Man helped Captain America, and because of that, Ant-Man violated the Sokovia Accords, and because of that, Ant-Man is under house arrest, and they're looking for Hank Pym and Hope. So, it's a pretty small story, but, Captain America Civil War, you probably never heard of it, so it makes sense, so let's move on. After a message from the quantum realm, it just might be possible that Hank Pym's wife, Jeanette, and the original Wasp might still be alive. So, that's basically the plot. Hank Pym, Hope, and Ant-Man are trying to find the Wasp, the original one, while also trying to evade this new villain called Ghost. I'll get to her later. The story doesn't seem, well, exciting. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the story, it's pretty good. However, it doesn't really have a major impact. Let me explain. Every other Phase 3 movies have some sort of impact, like Captain America Civil War, the Sokovia Accords and disassemblement of the Avengers, Doctor Strange, a new sorcerer comes in, and probably the most strongest of them all, who, wield an Infinity Stone that controls time. Then there's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where the Guardians bond as a family, while also ending a universal ending threat. I'm Peter Quill's dad. Yeah. Then there was Spider-Man Homecoming, where Spider-Man learns to be, well, Spider-Man and becomes the latest Avenger. Then there's Black Panther, where Black Panther becomes the King of Wakanda. And then there's Thor Ragnarok, where we all know what happens, Asgard just... Pew! Then there was Avengers Infinity War, which was the biggest because half of the universe was erased. And what happens in Ant-Man and the Wasp? The original Wasp comes back. Nothing big happens, it's just a sideline story, which doesn't make the movie bad. It's just that, well, it's the least exciting of all the Phase 3 movies. But I don't mind it, it's just a small nitpick. Overall, the story is pretty good. But like I always say, it's not the premise that makes the story good, it's the characters that drive the story that makes it good. And this movie has some pretty funny characters. And some cute ones. The cute little ants. So there's Scott Lang, he's pretty good, and Hank Pym, well, he's on the sidelines, but he has his moments. But I like Wasp in this movie, and you want to know why? Because, I don't know if you know this, but lately movies have been filling up with political left propaganda, and let's all be honest, we're tired of politics in movies. And sure, I guess you could add politics in movies if it delivers some sort of message or a moral. But, nowadays they add politics in movies just to spread propaganda. But thank God they did not make Wasp the whole strong female character that breaks boundaries and, makes the dumb white male characters look retarded. Yeah, female white power. But yeah, basically, thank God that never happens, and Wasp and Ant-Man are actually teammates. They help each other out. Like the trailers say, they're partners. So thank God, no politics in this movie, just a good story, which is kind of what we need right now, because have you seen Ghostbusters and Solo? Yeah, we do not talk about those movies. But anyways, then there's Cassie. She's pretty cute, you just want to pinch her cheeks, she's adorable. And then there's Luis. Everybody loves Luis. Come on, give a clap to my nigga Luis. Yeah, Luis is pretty funny in this movie. But then there's the villain Ghost. I can't tell if she's supposed to be a weak or pretty good villain. I mean, she has a pretty insane backstory and does get her motivations, and she is pretty good, but at the same time, she kind of feels generic. It's really in between. Is Ghost a good villain or a bad villain? Who knows? Then there are the visuals. And the visuals in a Marvel movie, they're pretty good, especially the scenes where the characters shrink and then they come back in big forms. Yeah, I love those scenes, especially the quantum realm. The quantum realm looks pretty good. It's like they went to the Doctor Strange school of how to make things look amazing, And that's exactly what they did. They made the quantum rounds and the shrinking scenes amazing. Overall, Ant-Man and the Wasp, while certainly not the Phase 3's best Marvel movies, it's definitely a good entertaining movie. If you got nothing better to do and you just want to watch a superhero movie, then go to your local theater, buy a ticket, and then boom, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Pretty entertaining movie. I mean, after all, when half of the universe gets erased, who wouldn't want Luis to, make things a lot better? Well, if I have to give this movie a rating, I would have to give it 7 stars out of 10. Ant-Man and the Wasp is a pretty entertaining movie. I highly recommend it. Go see it. Anyways, I'm Abdominus, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.